right, so let's start with the basics of kind of some of the stuff I found that I think might be helpful. I have these straight bars right here. They're coated in foam. That's the same kind of foam that if you're used to going to the gym, you will find that you use on your neck when you use a Smith machine or when you're doing a squat rack. They come in, I got them at Academy. I don't remember the exact weights, but I have them in 12 and 20 pounds. These are good for any kind of stationary exercise, like if you're doing stationary lunges, if you're doing bicep curls, tricep extensions, chest press, things like that. These are just good things to have for little exercises like that, because what we're going for when you're coming back from something like this is not necessarily, we're not going in here and trying to power lift, guys. We're going in here and trying to get range of motion back. We're trying to get mobility back. We're trying to get, you know, making sure muscles don't atrophy anymore. So this is one of the best finds that I've had, and I will show you how I use that in a second. The next thing that I found is this interesting little thing. You guys are gonna think this is bizarre, but I'll show you how to use it in a minute. This is at Five Below. This is a Pilates bar. I know you guys are looking at this being like, Lisa, this is some sort of torture device. No, this is actually incredibly cool, and there are so many things you can do on this. If you went into an actual Pilates studio where they taught Pilates, they have these set on machines, and there's very specific ways that you use them. Now, the only difficulty about this is if you're short, you sort of have to make some modifications with it, but for $5, who cares? The next thing I found at Five Below that I also am a huge fan of is resistance bands. The cool thing about these resistance bands is they come with 3 different attachments, and that's 3 different levels of strength. So depending on your level, Lisa Lunsford, of course, didn't read the directions to know which one is the strongest. Why would I read the directions? I mean, come on, that's not me. So you can start with 1, you can build up to 2. There's actually a 3rd one on there, so you can add as many to these as you like, which I think is really cool. So rather than buying multiple ones, you've got these here. And then I just have some basic dumbbells. So I'm gonna show you some of the things that I do that I've started working on. I also have my ankle weights that I wrap around my legs. I use those during the day at work. A lot of people think I'm nuts as I'm walking around with weights around my legs. They're like, what is she doing? Mind your business. That's what I'm doing. I also have my treadmill that I bought off Facebook Marketplace. Use treadmill. People are selling them all the time. It works just fine. I hop on it usually for about 30 minutes, something like that. This morning I decided I was going to get the bright idea to walk holding 5-pound weights. I may never be able to use my arms again. So let me show you how I do some exercises with some of these.